people? It's me, the third wheel, Rick Serrano the third from the Wrestling POV podcast. And do I have something special for you? Celebrity video messages. You can request a video message from a celebrity for a personal connection, a shout out for a birthday gift, a wedding gift, a Christmas gift, a Valentine's Day gift, any kind of gift. You get a celebrity to send you a video message. Choose from hundreds of celebrities. Enter the details you want the celebrity to mention, and you get to pay safely and securely with PayPal or any debit card or credit card. You will receive an email with your video and downloadable links as soon as the celebrity recorded your video. Most videos take between 2 days or 2 weeks to complete. The best part is a percentage of the proceeds go to charity. Get video messages from celebrities like the $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase, Kurt Angle, Jake the Snake Roberts, Austin Aries, Booker T. Tell me you didn't just say that. Oh, I did. Rob Van Dam, Mick Foley, DDP, and other celebrities from Game of Thrones, Breaking Bad, The Walking Dead, Star Trek, Star Wars, the UFC, NFL, NBA, TV stars, movie stars, musicians, and more. Just click the link below this video and you will get a celebrity to send you a personal message today. And don't forget to check out the Wrestling POV podcast for new episodes every Saturday on iTunes, YouTube, and Podbean for free.
That is not suitable for some audiences. Viewer discretion is advised. Warning, wrestling POV content may contain language that is not suitable for some audiences. Viewer discretion is advised. Warning, wrestling POV content may contain language that is not suitable for some audiences. Viewer discretion is advised. Warning, wrestling POV content may contain language that is not suitable for some audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
Well, here's your headline.
Hello everybody and welcome to another edition of Wrestling POV. I am your host, Tony Diaz, along with Todd Silver.
What's up?
And the third wheel, Rick Serrano III.
Hey people!
And our intern, Miguel Cole.
Hello, how's everybody doing?
Alright.
What's up, Miguel?
Now,
Hello, Todd.
alright, we got a few things to cover today. Our typical show. We are 1 week away from the pay-per-view points game. No Mercy. It's going to be a good one. But before we go through all that, which is next week, we have to go over the wrestling news from around the world. Take it away, Rick.
Alright, and before I do that, I have a new segment for our very own Miguel Cole. Oh my goodness, is it finally happening? Yes, Miguel, you have now emailed Miguel, where our listeners get to email you at Miguel Cole, WPOV at yahoo.com when you have questions or comments about what happened in wrestling or about the Wrestling POV crew or a question for Miguel. You can send it to him. So Miguel, read us some of the comments and questions that you got. Oh my goodness, I've been waiting for this my whole life. Okay, so Phil from Tennessee says he thinks the show is hilarious and he misses Mimi Goody's laugh.
Yeah, it's contagious, isn't it?
I mean, it's alright. Okay, next up we have Aaron from El Paso, Texas. He's asking me, Miguel, how are you related to Michael Cole? Oh my goodness, this is a great question. I'm glad you asked me, Aaron. Well, I'll tell you this, I am Michael Cole's older brother, but he doesn't accept me as an older brother because I'm a puppet, and that's just wrong. Michael, I want to see you at Thanksgiving dinner. Come on.
Now, you say that was from El Paso, Texas?
Yes, Tony, he's from El Paso. Goodness gracious, is this guy listening? Okay.
Nice.
Next up we have Casey from Virginia. She asks, why doesn't Miguel Cole play the pay-per-view points game? He would be a great champion. Oh my goodness, Casey, I agree. Why haven't I played the pay-per-view points game yet? Are you guys afraid? Are you guys chicken?
No.
Just bring it, Miguel. Just bring it. I think you're too young to play. Mr. Rick, come on!
Isn't that a rooster?
Alright, you know what? Fine. We'll put, you know what? You can play the next pay-per-view points game. The first time ever, Miguel Cole had no mercy. Oh my goodness! I got my own little program here, and now I get to play the pay-per-view point game? This is amazing! Okay, and the last question comes from Keith from New York. He asks Mr. Tony, who was the wrestler that made you want to wrestle?
Who was the wrestler that wanted that? What?
That made you want to become a wrestler?
I'm a 70s and 80s kid, so it's going way back. But one of my favorite wrestlers was the Wild Samoans. If you see any of my matches, I always do at least one Samoan drop, and that's my dedication to them guys. They really, really influenced me. The unorthodox way I was wrestling too was all based on those guys. That's why I love doing tag teams, because I love doing the double team, and it was a good time. And no, but if I was to say anybody, those are the guys that influenced me more into becoming a professional wrestler.
My goodness, well, Keith, I hope he answered your question. And if anybody else has more questions or comments, just send it to me, Miguel Cole, at Miguel Cole, WPOV at yahoo.com. Mr. Rick, take it away. All right, let's get into some birthdays. Yahoo! All right, our first birthday, Angelina Love turns 36 years old.
Who the hell is that?
Angelina Love, come on, man. She's from TNA.
Yeah, Angelina Love. I know her.
36 years old. I wish she would have had at least one match in WWE. I'm just saying. I think she was great.
Right. Okay.
But according to Tony, she ain't that great because he doesn't know her.
No, I know who she is. I was busting balls.
Oh, goodness gravy.
Yeah.
Next up, we have the Lone Wolf. Barry Corbin turns 33 years old.
That's my guy right there, one of my faves.
Nice. Good timing.
Next up, Billy Graham turns 74 years old.
Man, there is something going on with Billy Graham.
There's something going on with Billy Graham.
You gotta speak up.
I think so too. The stuff that he was saying about Chris Jericho, man, oh my God. Like, what is wrong with him?
I don't know, man.
Did you see the video?
Yes, the dude it was scary.
Very scary. I mean, he's making biblical quotes and saying that he's going to burn in hell and superstar. Brother, what's going on? You want to tell us about it? Come on our show, will you?
Yeah, come on the show. Next up, Don Morocco turns 68 years old. The Rock.
The original Rock. And let me tell you, going back to that other question from the guy from New York, I forgot his name, sorry. But, he was another guy too. Don the Rock Morocco, where, another guy that influenced me too in becoming a pro wrestler. So, not, I don't want to say not recognizable, but I don't think he is recognized enough for the things that he's done in WWE.
I agree.
Yeah.
Next up, we have the Blueprint. Matt Morgan turns 41 years old.
Way to go, Matt Morgan. Happy birthday.
Damn.
Nothing from me, brother.
He's doing bodybuilding shows now.
Yeah.
Bodybuilder.
Yeah. All right. Well, good for him.
Next up, we got Teddy Long turns 70.
Teddy Long is 70 years old?
Yes.
Jesus, man. I didn't think he was that old.
GM ever. Funniest GM ever, man. He was so entertaining. I miss the guy.
I didn't like him.
You know what? Listen, the guy knew how to book tag team matches.
Jesus Christ.
No, I think I'm just going to keep my mouth shut until you guys ask me a question. I'm totally opposite of everything you guys say for the past month.
Nah, I don't know. He just didn't do it for me. He was probably funny for other people, but not me. I didn't, no. He was funny.
Alright, let's move on, alright? Last but not least, the client. Oh, no, he's not the client. He is the manager of Brock Lesnar.
Dang. No kidding.
The advocate.
The advocate, there you go.
There you go. Well, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Paul.
Happy birthday, Paul.
Alright, it is now time for the wrestling news from around the world. Alright, the Mae Young Classic has a winner. It is Kairi Sane. She defeated Shayna Baszler to win the Mae Young Classic. Now, I think I told Tony Diaz this, that she was going to win because they're going to build the 4 horsewomen of the UFC versus the 4 horsewomen of the WWE, and they don't need to be in a title picture. Also, Sane will now get the next title shot for the NXT title at NXT Takeover Houston.
Really?
Yes.
Nice.
So, is she replacing Asuka?
Could be, but I don't think so. You know?
Yeah, I agree with you. I think Ember Moon is definitely
She's due.
going to want to take it.
Ember Moon is due. They got to give it to her. I mean, you know, with that, I mean, it sounds interesting, but stupid. You can't have her in there, man. It's too soon. She won the tournament. Okay, great. I get it. But good God Almighty, don't put her automatically in there for a title shot for the NXT Championship. No, let her earn that shit.
Well, she did beat 31 other women.
No, she didn't. She beat 4 other women, or 5.
More than Ember Moon has done.
No way. You crazy, man.
Alright, next up, 205 Live. Jack Gallagher turns heel.
What?
After attacking Cedric Alexander.
Wait a minute, when did this happen?
This past week on 205 Live after the Mae Young Classic.
Really?
Really?
Interesting.
This is not stupid, Tony. It's not stupid. You had to see the man. He shook Brian Kendrick's hand, and I mean, I'm interested. Like, I think the intellectual gentleman thing works better as a heel.
Okay. All right, we'll see. We'll see.
Alright, Global Force Wrestling, or TNA, or as some people like to call it, trash, is launching a streaming site service for $5.99. Now, that's $5.99 too much if you ask me.
Yeah, nah, that's not happening. I'm not watching that.
Alright, and last but not least, NXT, Pete Dunne defends his UK title against Wolfgang and
My God, what are you thinking about there, man?
successfully defends it. After the match, Adam Cole, Bobby Fish, and Kyle O'Reilly, otherwise known as the Undisputed Era, attacked Dunne and Wolfgang.
Nice.
So this whole, I like their new T-shirt. I like the whole like little triangle thing, like a Triforce kind of thing going. Our listener Matt Novak from England went to an event with Pete Dunne and found out that Dunne wants to stay in the UK to build up Progress and Revolution Pro before moving to the NXT full time.
That's fine. I agree with it. Yeah. Now let me ask you though, how do you think he'll fare in the WWE? Any one of you guys can take this one.
I honestly think the Bruiserweight will do well on 205 Live. I don't even
Ooh, really? 205?
I would put him on 205 instantly.
I don't know if I'd go there. Seriously. I really don't. I don't think I would put him in there. I really don't. US title hunt? I think that's where he needs to be. Absolutely.
Well, I definitely love the name Bruiserweight. I mean, that's a great name.
It is.
That's why I would put him there. But I can see what you're saying for the US IC title.
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
Absolutely.
And also, Matt Novak found out for us that Pete Dunne's favorite wrestler was S.A. Rios. S.A. Rios, because he didn't get Raw or SmackDown in London, he got Sunday Night Heat.
That's bad. That's really bad. Oh my goodness. All right, go ahead.
Without S.A. Rios, we would have never got a leader.
That's true. That is true.
Alright, it's time for the rumors, Tony.
Alrighty, now, speaking of, you know what, no, I'm going to leave that for last, but it is rumored that Will Ospreay will be returning to Ring of Honor. He's going to be there soon, no set date yet, but this is the rumor that I got really interested in, was that some are saying that he wants to go to Ring of Honor so he can get a better look at the so the WWE can get a better look at him at Ring of Honor than he would in New Japan. What do you guys think of that?
You know, I would love Will Ospreay to come over to NXT, come over to SmackDown. Listen, Will Ospreay, you have a home in the WWE.
Mm-hmm.
Just come. The door is open for you, bro.
All right.
We want you.
Absolutely, and I totally agree. But I mean, if that rumor is true that he's going to Ring of Honor just so the WWE can get a better look at him, it's got to tell you something, you know. All right, now the next one is, I only got two this week. Vince McMahon reportedly decided to scrap the idea of the match between the 4 horsewomen of MMA versus the 4 horsewomen of the WWE. But no word on why he wants to scrap it. I think personally it's because he wasn't involved. Seriously, I really think because he wasn't involved, because he didn't even know that segment happened at the Mae Young Classic between Ronda Rousey and her 4 horsewomen and the WWE's 4 horsewomen. He didn't even know.
And the thing I also heard was that Ronda Rousey doesn't even have a contract yet.
No.
And neither does the other one, what's it, Shayna Baszler. She
Yeah.
doesn't have a contract either.
Well, she's going to get one.
She better get one. She is a beast.
Yes, she is.
Has
She's
she done in UFC then?
Oh, definitely, man. Did you not see her last ass whooping? I mean, she didn't do it. She got her ass handed to her. That Brazilian chick said, "Here, I have a plate with your ass on it."
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think it's a bad idea. They really need to. I think they need to go on with it, but I think the hype for it needs to be at WrestleMania, not at Survivor Series, where they intend to do this. So if Vince does scrap it, I just hope they bring it back sometime in the future, meaning this year, so that way, you know, it can be in the WrestleMania card, because I would like to see it. I think I'd be entertained.
Survivor Series, though, for me, is like that. You bring Survivor Series back. I mean, it's lost its luster. That could be the main event of Survivor Series, if you ask me.
It could be, yeah. Yeah, I ain't gonna disagree with you there. All right, so that's all I got for rumors. Rick, what do you got for injury?
Well, nothing.
Get out of here.
Nothing.
Wow.
That's good.
Yeah, always good when we don't have injuries.
Right? So, all right, so that's all we got for injury. We're gonna go straight on to Raw Notes. All right in the beginning, straight off the smack, it's Roman Reigns versus Jason Jordan. Now, last week we had Jason Jordan versus John Cena, so this week they decided to do Roman Reigns versus Jason Jordan. The match was okay, but you know what, Rick? Ever since you told me about the whole thing, what he does, when he's taking off his thing and he's yelling and it's going grar, you're right. That does not fit him. I don't know why are you getting so hyped up for? You're not, you know, like I just totally lost interest in it. And but it was a good match. It was a decent match. Roman Reigns ended up getting the win. After the match, John Cena shows up. I couldn't even say his name there for a second. John Cena. He exchanged words with Reigns again. Another promo. They're talking about their match at No Mercy. I mean, the promo was decent, but I think they need to stop with it right now and stop doing the promos, even though they are interesting. Not stupid.
I think the ending of the promo was great.
Right. No, I'm just saying in general that after this, no more promos. They gotta stop. You know, that next week, what they really need to do is what they need to do is have Roman Reigns attack Cena. That's what they need to do. or have it to where, you know, like if they put them like in a tag match or something next week, that, you know, like they kind of bump into each other, or Roman hits Cena by accident, or Cena hits Roman by accident, and then have them try to fight, and then but a separation happens. You know what I'm saying? The separation, boy, that it really brings out, you know, the feud, and I think that's what they need to do next week. You know, no more promos. Done with the promos.
Well, I'm just gonna jump in on this and disagree with your decent promo, because my boy John Cena body bag Roman Reigns again. He got him again 3 weeks in a row. This dude John Cena just doesn't know how to stop himself, man. He just, Roman Reigns
Called burying.
John Cena said it. You're burying yourself every time you open your mouth, kid. This dude is throwing knuckleballs, and John Cena's just sitting back and knocking it out of the park every single time. Oh my goodness. Wait, Miguel, you want to say something? Oh yes, listen. Josh from New Jersey has this to say. He has a question for Monday Night Raw. He says, is WWE pushing Jason Jordan in the right direction?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, they're pushing in the right direction. Right outside the door.
No, but because this is the thing. Now, they did this whole angle with Kurt Angle. Look at that. And they're not doing anything with it. They're just putting him in high profile type matches, but he's losing. You know? I mean, unless they're going to turn him heel, I don't know.
Nobody really cares about him too, man. So he's not going to last long. Nobody cares.
I don't think it's the fact that nobody cares. It's just that nobody's like really invested in it. They're just like, oh, there's Jason Jordan, yay! All right, he's out.
Also, listen, Jason Jordan from last week to this week has grown for me 10+. I honestly like what I'm seeing for Jason Jordan. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna be that guy that says, oh, he sucks, and then the next week I think listen, the guy is athletic. He gotta work on his promos. We gotta work on his like reactions to things. But the guy can work. I want to see more from him after these 2 matches. These matches with Cena and Reigns have been his best in the WWE, and I want to see more from him. I think with the right push, don't put him in any title pictures anytime soon.
No.
Just give him a good program, and I think he can grow.
No, I agree with you, but it's just there's something missing, because when he comes out to zero pop, man. It's just, he is a good wrestler and he does have good matches. I'm not going to take that away. He needs to stay away from taking off the straps and doing that, you know, crazy thing. That's not him. It doesn't fit him. And I agree with that. He can have a good match. It's just there's something missing. I don't know what it is. A heel turn, maybe? I don't know. Have him be like he's arrogant all of a sudden because his dad is Kurt Angle and, you know, he can beat anybody or something. I don't know. There's something definitely missing, but I don't know what angle they need to take with him. I really don't. I don't know. It's just we'll see what happens next week, though. You know what I'm saying? All right, so up next it was Sasha Banks versus Emma. Okay, I guess. I mean, Sasha Banks wins. Alexa Bliss and Nia Jax both sat in the commentary table. Like I said, Banks wins by submission. So is Emma in this match just to be, you know, a pawn, I guess you can say, you know, just to take a quick pin?
I think Emma has probably the best chance to actually win.
Say what?
Yup, I said it.
How do you figure that?
You're gonna lose like that unless you're gonna win. That match was so quick. Like, she has to have the best chance to win that thing. That's what I'm leaning towards.
You think Emma's gonna walk away with the title at the 4-way match?
After that quick ass match against Sasha Banks, hell yeah.
Well, how many points are you gonna risk?
We'll find out next week on the Pay-Per-View Points Game on the Wrestling POV podcast.
That's right. Make sure everybody plays and put your bets in on the Wrestling POV page, on our Facebook page, actually. And
At Wrestling POV.
At Wrestling POV, that's right. So, all right, that's next week. No, I don't know. That's a bold statement there, Rick. Very bold.
I'm also a 2-time Wrestling POV champion.
All right, moving on. All right, Brock Lesnar came out with Paul Heyman. Heyman challenged Braun Strowman to come down to the ring. He comes down, but they both end up fighting. Strowman just pops up from getting suplexed. Was it too much? I don't think so. I think that's a good angle for him. The segment ended with Strowman posing with the Universal Championship and his foot on Lesnar. So could that be a tease? I mean, are you guys hyped of Braun Strowman being in this position?
The way things are looking is like Braun's gonna lose. I don't know, because Braun is just destroying Brock. Todd, what is this? What's going on?
I don't know. I mean, as much as I hate Brock Lesnar and as much as I want someone else to have that belt, for Strowman, I don't know. I think it's too soon. I think, unfortunately, Lesnar's going to have that belt for, quite a little bit longer.
Lesnar's going to have that belt till WrestleMania.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. He's probably going to have to WrestleMania and hopefully lose it at WrestleMania, but I think, he's going to hold on to that thing till, beginning part of 2018.
Well, my thing is, after this match that he's going to have with Brock Lesnar, where else is Braun Strowman going to go? Seriously. Where else is he going to go? He's going to keep going after Brock Lesnar. Brock's going to leave after this.
Exactly.
So this is an odd scenario for Braun. I don't know. It's too weird for me.
Well, prediction right here. I believe Braun Strowman will win, actually, against Brock Lesnar. And at the Royal Rumble, Brock will get his rematch and defeat Braun and carry the belt into WrestleMania. You heard it here first, people, on the Wrestling POV podcast.
No. All right, so up next it was Bray Wyatt versus Goldust. Yeah, so obviously Bray Wyatt wins. At the end of the match, he does this thing where he took a cloth out and started wiping the paint off of Goldust. Finn Balor came down to make the save. Now, it is what it is, and I get that. But my thing is, Bray Wyatt and Finn Balor aside, because we're going to watch this for the 5th time, is that with Goldust, they were hyping him up for something big. Am I wrong with this? Or did you guys see the same thing? So why would they put him in this predicament? Because he's the only one that wears face paint? So that's a good angle to rub off that face? Come on, man. They totally destroyed. To me, they're destroying Goldust. They should have brought back the old Goldust with the wig. Rick, you were 100% right on that. They should have brought him back with the wig. They brought back the old face paint. Have him be controversial like he was back in the day. But they're not doing that. They totally squashed him with this. You know what? They might as well have him lose to R-Truth when they had that little 2-second feud. That's right. Shut up, Miguel. Shit. I'm mad. But
Tony Rance?
Oh, shit. Man. But I don't know. My thing is, like I said, Bray Wyatt versus Finn Balor, that should have been done already. Where's Bray going? Where's Finn going? No idea.
Remember, Finn Balor was regular Finn Balor the week before SummerSlam. And then at SummerSlam, he became the Demon. So we've seen this match already.
Yeah. That's what I'm trying to say.
Jeez Louise.
God, Lord. HE double hockey sticks.
No.
Oh, wait, we're rated R, aren't we? Alright, so up next, it was supposed to be Sheamus and Cesaro versus Gallows and Anderson. That didn't happen because before the match could even start, all 3 teams, meaning Rollins and Ambrose, they were just brawling. They brawled. And in the back, Kurt Angle told Rollins and Ambrose, if you can find 2 more tag team partners, he put them in an 8-man tag against the Club and Sheamus and Cesaro.
Jeez Louise.
So, at No Mercy, did they announce anything with this? No?
Nothing yet.
Nothing yet, so they'll probably announce it next week. So that was later on the show. And then up next, it was Elias versus Kalisto. I think they totally punked out Kalisto, to be honest, because they were out there trying to promote the Connor's Cure thing. And, I got nothing against it, so don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to sound insensitive. But, they were advertising that they were going to put up for auction Kalisto's mask. Now, my thing is this, is that if you're going to promote that, why did you guys bury him for somebody against Elias? And I'm not taking nothing against Elias. I like Elias. I love the direction he's going in. But if you're going to advertise more of the fact that Kalisto is going to auction his mask and auction, there was something else too, right? Or am I wrong?
I don't remember because I wasn't paying attention that much to that match.
Damn. Anyway, wow, Rick. That's messed up, man. But anyway, but you follow what I'm saying? If you're gonna advertise something like that, why would you bury the guy? Am I right or am I wrong?
No, you're absolutely right. I mean, you should put up Elias's guitar or something. That makes more sense than to have Kalisto's mask, unless you want the snot from Kalisto in the mask. He got the snot beaten out of him.
Yeah, he did. He did. It's crazy. But I like Elias. I like the direction. He's very funny. So anyway, Elias wins.
I think he's going to be a big star. Like Tony, like you just said, he's getting popular. I mean, I know he's a heel now, but in the long run, I think he's gonna be a big guy. He's gonna be a big star soon.
He needs to stay heel though. They can't turn him baby.
Oh no.
Not no time soon. They need to keep him as a heel, keep him as arrogant as they can.
But I think the fans are gonna love that. He's gonna get more of a pop. Doing what he's doing. He's getting some love from the fans.
Well, no, it's not just love. It's just he's dissing the whole town. So, and that's what they need to keep him doing. When you're a babyface, he can't do that. There's no way. They got to keep him as a heel, keep him dissing the crowd, keep him dissing the town that he's in. That part is working. And not only that, the guy can wrestle. So, excuse me. I think he can go a long way. They need to keep him with I think they need to keep him around the IC title hunt later on. Not no time soon. Later on, he's still working his way up, and that's how they should treat all their upcoming stars: is making them work their way up to these title pictures. So with Elias, it's remarkable because they're doing it right with him. So good deal with that. So next it was John Cena versus Braun Strowman. What'd you guys think of this match?
It was alright. I think it was a total mismatch having the two, in the same ring, but...
A mismatch for who?
Cena.
How is that a mismatch?
Strowman is way more powerful. Just having Strowman and Cena in the ring, I don't know. I just thought it was just a weird pairing, but I enjoyed the match, though.
I think the weird pairing was that you have somebody that's supposed to be going against your number one guy, Roman Reigns, and Braun Strowman going for the title against Brock Lesnar, and you have to fight each other. You can't have one lose. At the end of the day, if one of them loses, then you're just like, damn, man, this guy is supposed to be strong and everything. You're going against Roman, you're going against Brock. You can't have him lose. And then the referee, why did you call disqualification when Braun hit my boy John Cena in the face with his steel steps? You hit him in the face, and the commentary team just lets it go. And it's like, oh, I guess that's allowed. And then he goes back in the ring, and he slams him on the steps, and then they call it disqualification. So you could have had disqualification any other way. I didn't like the way this match ended. I didn't like this match at all. John Cena had barely any offense, which is fine. But at the end of the day, you're poking out John Cena, and John Cena's supposed to have a big match against Roman Reigns. So I don't this match ready.
I agree with it. I agree. Actually, I agree with both. But this was an odd match to have them two. There was no hype for it. Number one, in my opinion, there was no hype for this. To have, and it was funny because you texted me right in the middle of it, and you were like, Rick, you go, is this no DQ? I was like, I don't think so. It was hard to tell. It really was.
And the worst part, it was in the middle of the show.
Yeah.
The main event.
It was weird, man. Weird. Anyway.
What I heard was because of Monday Night Football.
Oh, yeah. I forgot. Yeah, they're going to do that. They're going to keep doing that shit. Yeah, I totally forgot.
You don't do that.
Yeah, well, they're going to keep doing it because of Monday Night Football for the next 6 months. Seriously. All right, so up next, I'm going to tell you right now, I was pleased with this, but I'm going to tell you why I wasn't pleased with this. Enzo Amore was a guest on Miz TV, entering right after The Miz and Maurice announced that she's pregnant.
Congratulations, Maurice.
Now, do you think that's legit? You think it's legit that she's pregnant or no?
Unfortunately, yes.
Well, honestly, I think Todd would know that if she was pregnant, so I'm gonna go with what he says. Cause listen, Wrestling POV has the top-notch reporters. We know what we're doing. So Todd is one of our top field agents, and I know he did his homework with Maurice. Also, I think we actually have audio of when Todd found out that Maurice was pregnant. Let's play it.
Okay.
Bummer.
Oh, that was. Jesus Christ. All right. Let's keep moving on to the show here. Jesus Christ. Is that real recording? Is that an actual recording?
No, I think it was a little more high pitched than that.
All right. I mean, I don't know. If we all of a sudden stop seeing Maurice on the show, then we know it was legit. Yeah. But all right. So back to the.
Very, very disappointed.
Yeah. So back to the segment. The Miz. I'm telling you, Rick. You know how much I hated the Miz.
I do know that.
I hated him. I just hated him. I hated. But that man's going on to me, man. His promo work was off the hook with this. The look on Enzo Amore's face was priceless.
Dude was frozen. He didn't know what to do. And all I gotta say, what the Miz did, he body bagged my man Enzo, son. My man, the Miz, body bagged this dude, son. Yahoo!
Now, I'm gonna say something now. To me, this was a good segment. I love the fact that they made it believable, made it real, because that was everything that's been out there about Enzo. You know, how he got kicked off the bus by Roman, how nobody in the back of the locker room likes him. They kicked him out of there so many times. Now, whether it's true or not, for them to bring this segment out like that, it has to tell you if it was true or not. But they either WWE is taking advantage of that, or they're just like, go ahead, just do whatever you want. The Miz is a genius, and I'm sorry to say, he's in my eyes, he's a genius when he's doing his promo work. My God, right. To put Enzo on that spot like that was priceless. The only problem I have, and I'm going to skip straight on to the match between Enzo and The Miz. The one thing I did not like, and you guys can agree with me if you want to, or not agree with me, is the fact that during the match they were talking on the mic.
Thank you.
I did not like that at all. And then on top of that, Enzo was saying, to me, he was saying a little bit some disrespectful stuff that should not have played in this match. You know what I'm saying? It should have played during that promo, but it shouldn't have played during this match, I don't think. I think The Miz should have just demolished this guy and put him in his place like they said, but I see why they didn't, because of the fact that Enzo is still involved in the 205 Cruiserweight title. So it's like, what outweighs what? What do you guys think?
I think that at the end of the day, you cannot, there's certain things when you don't cross the line, and I will bring it up during my SmackDown breakdown. There are certain things that you just don't say, and there's certain things you just don't do to get people to pop. You know, you just don't do certain things. You don't talk about somebody's unborn baby. You don't talk about somebody's wife cheating on them and stuff like that. It's just not cool.
No.
Enzo was just tight. He was upset because he got put in his place. I honestly don't think the microphones were supposed to be involved in that match. I think Enzo was pissed off at that promo and said, nah, son. And then the Miz took it back and said, oh yeah? Another one. And got him right back. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's preposterous.
Whoa, there it is. I agree.
I mean, yeah, I have to agree with the both of you guys. I mean, what he said, well, you should be saying, like, who's your daddy? That's below the belt right there. That shouldn't have been said.
But I don't think it was below the belt. I just don't think that was the right time for him to say that was during the match. You know what I'm saying? I think it should have been done during the promo. That way it could have been back and forth, but not during the match.
No, I don't think it should have been said at all. Because you really talk about my kid, I'm going to smack you up in your mouth for real.
Well, it happened on SmackDown. And that was okay. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. We'll leave it up to the fans, and they can post their comments on our Wrestling POV page on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter.
Yeah.
That's all we got, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so now, but Amore won this match by disqualification. So, yeah, I know. Right. All right, so the main event, it was the 8-man tag. It was Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose, and the Hardy Boys versus the Club and Sheamus and Cesaro. Rollins scored the pin on Carl Anderson after Ambrose hit him with the dirty deeds. What do you guys think of this match? I think this was subpar, in my opinion. I was not invested in it. Sorry. Even though there was some spots that were okay, but I think there was just too much going on for me to really pay attention to this match. What do you guys think?
I thought it was subpar also. I'll agree with you, Tony. Having Rollins and Ambrose team up with the Hardys was, it was a fan favorite, and it was a good match. I liked how it ended with them winning. Obviously we all knew who were gonna win. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I knew they were gonna win, and it was good. It was a good match, and it was good. I liked it. I enjoyed it.
Well, what they need to do though is that they need to announce a freaking match for No Mercy already, because I'm telling you right now, I'm gonna be so pissed if they're doing all this work on Raw to not have a match on No Mercy. I'm gonna be upset. Rick, what are your thoughts on this match?
This match shouldn't have happened. It was a terrible match to me. You don't put this as your main event. I mean, my wife even said it. My wife said, wait, so John Cena already fought Strowman. What's gonna happen next? And nothing happened after.
So wait a minute. Are you saying that this match shouldn't have been the main event? That Braun Strowman and John Cena should have been the main event?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Tony, that's definitely not interesting because it's factual. It shouldn't have been the main event. This match.
Yeah, I like when they change things around. I like when the things are different. So it was alright with me.
I have no problem with that one. I don't. I was just asking. All right. All right, so that is your Raw.
Myself to introduce myself.
The fuck? Jesus Christ, this show. All right, that's the end of Raw. We gotta take a pause. We're gonna take a quick pause for the cause, because up next, we are doing my top 10. Did Todd Silver rearrange it? Did he take out 2? Did he leave it alone? You'll find out after this break.
Hey everybody, Ted DiBiase, the $1 Million Man. Make sure to listen to the Wrestling POV podcast.
All right, we're back. It is time for Tony's Top 10 for the month of September. Now, if you guys missed it last week, and I don't know why you would miss it, Miguel Cole, please read off my top 10 from last week, will you?
Oh my goodness! This is like the greatest episode ever! I have so much to do and so much to say! This is amazing! Okay, Tony's top 10. At number 10, he has Prince Puma. At number 9, Kenny Omega. At number 8, Samoa Joe. At number 7, The Miz. At number 6, Bobby Roode.
and that is my top 10. So basically, before Todd goes over what he put down, I'm going to reiterate the rules real quick, just in case, because there were some comments on Facebook, and I just want to reiterate that this top 10, we're treating it, and I know I'm saying somebody else's stuff, but the PWI 500, which comes out every month or every year or however they want to do it, this is basically our PWI 500, but we're only doing the top 10. The top 10 for the month. Okay, so like how I explained it last week when I put Samoa Joe where he was, because honestly, he was at my number one. He was my number one for the month of September. Now, the thing of it is, what happened was he got hurt. We haven't seen him on TV in the past 2-3 weeks, so that's why he was at the number that he was. Now, the other thing that I did not explain, and I do apologize, is just the fact that if somebody is involved in a tag team, they cannot be in this top 10. So as much as everybody want to see Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins in this top 10, they're currently the tag champions. So this is just an individual. Matt Nowak from England. I know you said, and who's the other guy too that's mentioned Chris Jericho? I forgot who. Elio, right?
POV champion, Elio Canelo.
Yeah, he's going to be dethroned next week. But anyway, they both mentioned that Chris Jericho should be on that list. I totally agree, but he has not been there. He only made one quick appearance and then he was gone. This is on a week-to-week basis, on who is doing what, and it's not just WWE. It's all over the world. So if there's, I want everybody to comment and say and voice their opinion, because it is from everybody around the world. So now, but just keep in mind, these are current wrestlers who are wrestling on a week-to-week basis, and if they're in a tag team, they really shouldn't be on that list. So, you guys all right with that?
Yes, sir.
Alrighty, so go ahead, Todd, take it away.
Over the weekend I did my homework and I thought I had a good list here, and I'm kind of nervous about announcing my list now because Tony, you've been disagreeing with me all show, and I know that's the people and stuff, but the matches on Raw from last week with some superstars, I'm actually kind of nervous about this list now. But here we go, my top 10.
Be ready. I hope you got thick skin.
I did end up removing 2 of yours and obviously replacing them with 2 of mine, and I did some shuffling around. So, if I'm still around on it, next week, I'll be very surprised. But here we go. Number 10. My number 10 is sort of similar to yours, but I dropped your number 9 down to my number 10. So Kenny Omega is number 10 on my list. Doing some homework. He has what it takes to be on the list. So I just dropped him down 1 spot to number 10. So Kenny Omega is number 10. Bobby Roode is my number 9. I think he's a good wrestler in WWE. I'm glad he's up. I just don't think, he should be as high. I know he ranked a little higher on your list, Tony, but, number 9 is Bobby Roode on my list. Your number 1 from last week, Nakamura, is my number 8.
What?
I dropped Nakamura down to 8. Yeah, sorry. My number 7 is going to be AJ Styles. So I
what?
Yeah. I thought my list was good until we started talking about Raw and everything, and then I just wish my list just went to shit to pieces over here, but whatever. Then next is Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe is up next, followed by Kevin Owens, and then I have my first edition.
Hold on, Kevin Owens is number 5.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
My first addition after removing one of yours, after Kevin Owens, is going to be, and I'm afraid to say this because you downgraded him a few minutes ago, Braun Strowman is going to be the next spot. Alright, so we have Braun Strowman. I don't know. I just think, he's a big dude. A lot of fans are, giving him pop. So I just like him in the top 10 list, so I squeezed him in. After Strowman, next spot is going to go to The Miz. I got The Miz coming up because he's getting a lot of pop also. And, he has that extra piece that, we all know about that I'm a big fan of. So we're going to leave it at that. Tony, I'm glad you had Cody Rhodes in your list because when we discussed doing the top 10, I automatically Cody Rhodes. So, I kept him in the list at number 2. And my number 1 is my second edition. And for weeks, ever since I joined you guys, I've been harping about this guy. I think he's going to be a big star. I love his in-ring ability. I just love the pop that he gets with the fans. My number 1 is going to be the Demon. Finn Balor is my number 1. And there is my top 10. Yeah, go for it, It was nice knowing you guys, and, sorry not in London, but I guess you'll be hearing the last of me this week.
Rick, do you want to go or should I go?
It's up to you, bro.
I'll go.
Alright.
Alright, you ready for this?
Can I get some tissues?
You might want to.
Gentlemen, you have my curiosity. Now you have my attention.
All right, now you do understand this is a world listing. You put in Finn Balor. Now let me explain myself. I like Finn Balor. He's one of my favorites. But the reason why I did not put him in my top 10. Now everybody, that's why the show is about. It's called Wrestling POV. Everybody has their own point of view. But I'm going to explain mine. And this is a monstrosity of a list that you did, Todd. You totally destroyed my list. It was a good ranking system. You took out Okada, who belonged in that list. He is the IWGP heavyweight champion for Japan. The man has a run of 400 and something days. I forgot what it is. And you took him out and you put Finn Balor in, who has not done nothing in the past month. He done nothing in the past month. I'm going to repeat it one more time. Holla if you hear me. Why did I go Scott Steiner? But he has done nothing in the past month except have the same feud with Bray Wyatt, which I'm a fan of. But it's back and forth for the past month. He hasn't done anything. And then you took the hottest free agent in the world in Prince Puma. And he's not on this list, but you put Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman, I'm going to tell you, granted, he is good. Maybe he should be in this top 10. I might agree with you, but not over Prince Puma. I'm sorry to say. Negatory on that. No. Number 1, Finn Balor? No.
That's my guy right there.
That's everybody's guy. But he hasn't done shit. Nothing. Nada.
Like I said, you don't have to worry about it anymore because after this week I'm gone anyway, so it's all good.
It's your opinion, that's your POV, and that's your list. But you know what? Rick goes next week. He's going to go next week. Before your thoughts, Rick, just let me finish up and say that the fans that listen to the show, if you agree with Todd Silver's top 10, please voice your opinions. Put, comments. Put it on our Facebook page. Everybody's entitled to their own POV. And at the end of it all, we will compare my list to Todd's and to Rick's, who does his next week. And you guys be the judge. For this month, it started with me. Next month is going to start with Rick, and he's going to do a brand new top 10, his very own, and then so on and so forth. We're going to go on after that. Now, just to remind everybody again, like I know everybody said Chris Jericho needs, I just got to keep repeating it because I do agree. I'm not going to disagree. He does belong on a list, maybe his own, but yeah, you guys caught on to that? All right, but it's just that he's been inactive for a while. These are active guys, and like I said, Samoa Joe has been inactive for a couple weeks, but he, in my opinion, he does deserve to be in this top 10. Now, Rick, what do you think of Todd Silver's list?
Alright, I'm just going to say this. I'm going to keep it short and simple.
Tell the world how amazing it is. Come on, let's hear it.
Alright, like I said before, I was rudely interrupted. I'm going to keep this short and simple. And I believe simplicity is the best way to get through to somebody. So, Todd, I have this to say about your list. Your list is interesting, but stupid.
Well, like I said before, it is everybody's different POV. Everybody's list is different. It's going to be different. And that's the whole point of the show, where everybody's going to debate on who is right and who is wrong, or everybody's going to voice their own opinion, which is fine. That's the purpose of the show. Just remember, you might get picked on. I get picked on all the damn time. Jesus Christ. Go ahead, Rick.
What if our fans pick my list as the best one out of the three?
You might get one.
All right. If the fans pick Todd Silver's list, I will eat my hat. I will eat my hat. I promise you guys, I will eat my hat that is currently on top of my head. Listen. I looked out for Todd. I did go get Todd, because Todd is a good guy. Todd is funny. Todd knows his thing about wrestling. However, I do like some of your lists. I look over your list. The Miz at number 3, Cody Rhodes at number 2. Like Tony said though, on a serious note, Prince Puma, I think Okada, I think they're very worthy of being on the list. Braun Strowman is coming into his own. But like you said, Todd, earlier today, that you don't see him winning the Universal title. So I don't see somebody that's going for the Universal title and you don't see as being able to win it to be in the top 5. So I understand where you're coming from. Yeah, Braun is hot right now, but if he's not hot enough to win the Universal title, then I don't think he should be up in the top 5. But again, this is all about your POV, and that's what you believe. And hey, to each his own. You know what I'm saying? Again, the last thing I have to say. The list is definitely interesting.
That's why I said, I thought it was a good list come, over the weekend. And then when we started talking earlier, about everybody, I'm like, oh shit, man, this list is gonna be like a disaster when I announce it.
Yeah. Well, see, the one thing too is that where I had Nakamura at number 1. You put him all the way down to number 8. So that's questionable. It's like, okay, so what did he do that negates him to be number 8, and you got Braun Strowman at number 4, where he's done a lot more than Braun Strowman has in 3 months, and Braun Strowman has done in his whole wrestling career.
Yeah, I don't know. I just, with Nakamura being so high, number 1 on your list, I just didn't see him being that high, so that was the only spot I could put him. Like I said, I try to rearrange different options, different opinions, different ways of doing it, and that's what I came up with. So, I'll do better next month, trust me.
Hey, listen, Todd, a lot of people actually agree with you, because we did have some comments where they felt like Nakamura wasn't doing as much as he should be doing. I just don't think they put him at that level, that low. So that's just one of those things where it is like to each his own. I disagree with it, but hey.
But didn't somebody else say that that Braun Strowman should have been on that list too?
Yeah, absolutely.
So you got some people there that agrees with you, but at the same time, it's like I said too. Part of the deal with doing this top 10 is that you don't have to take anybody out. You don't have to add anybody. But if you do decide your max is at 2. And as far as rearranging the list, you don't have to rearrange the whole list. Like if you really felt that, I don't remember where I put Samoa Joe. Where I put him at, number 5?
You had Samoa Joe at, let me give it a second.
6? Something like that. I know I put him low. Anyway, but either way, I think I put him at 6. So if I had him at number 6 and you left him at number 6, that's fine. You could leave him at number 6. You don't have to. I did? Oh, I had him at 8? All right, so you put him up. So, the whole bottom line of doing this list is the guy's performance. If they're on a roll, if they're injured, that should really affect them to be on that list. It really should. If they're injured, they're not doing anything, but the thing is with Samoa Joe, though, is that he has been on a roll. He just had an unfortunate accident that had him out for a couple weeks, so that would affect his ranking. So he shouldn't have climbed up. He should have been going down. So if Todd put Samoa Joe at number 10, you know what? I wouldn't complain about it because he's still out. You understand what I'm saying? So that's how you have to look at this list, is the fact of if these guys are injured, you can't put him up. Why would you put him up if he was injured? He didn't do anything. If you put him down, if you lowered him in the ranking, I would totally understand because he's still injured. He hasn't shown up. He hasn't done anything lately, and it's not a disrespect. It's just that he was injured. So that's what I got to say about the whole top 10. So everybody has a clearer picture on what it is. Todd, you really got bashed on this one though, but take it with stride. You got to have thick skin if you're going to be on this show, and you're going to get your revenge when Rick does it next week. So
it's a good thing that I won't be here next week, but I know you guys will discuss that next week. But
crap, that's right, yeah. So Mimi Goody will be here next week. So you know how she is, anyways. Her and Rick love to argue. So we'll see what she says next.
Joy.
So we'll see what she says next week. She'll be here next week. So that is the top 10. You please comment on our Facebook page and see if Todd got it right or if Todd got it wrong. Did you agree with the order that he put it in? Because he changed all of it. Didn't have to, but he did. All right, Rick, it is your turn. Take it away, son.
Right, like we've been saying for the last couple of weeks, Wrestling POV Podcast is now affiliated with the Collar and Elbow brand. Not only do these shirts look good, not only do they smell good, but they feel great. Founder and wrestling legend Al Snow has this to say about the company. This is not my company, it's our company. This is our brand. For all of us who love wrestling, it belongs to us. Now, if that doesn't inspire you to go to collarandelbowbrand.com, how about this for inspiration? Use promo code WPOV and receive a 10% discount. How much, Tony?
10%.
10%. And how much more is that?
That's more than 9.
More than 8?
Yeah, that's right, sucker butt.
I believe 7 too.
Yeah. You can go 6 if you want.
Yeah.
You go 6, I'll say 5.
Shoot, exactly. 4, 3, 2.
That's right, number 1.
And there you go. Listen, collarandelbowbrand.com. 10% off using the promo code WPOV. Guys, it is now time for SmackDown
Breakdown. Alrighty.
Alright, so SmackDown in Sin City. Viva Las Vegas! Kevin Owens comes out and says SmackDown will be gone and it will become the Kevin Owens Show. He calls out Vince and Shane's music plays and out comes Dolph Ziggler. Now, if he would have just stopped right there, that would have been perfect. I think it was funny. I thought it was creative.
I agree.
I laughed. It was a good moment.
Yeah, I agree.
Shortly after, Daniel Bryan interrupts and says he runs SmackDown and Vince will be here very soon.
Yes.
So, according to Daniel Bryan's clock, very soon means 2 hours later.
That's true.
So, alright, next up, our first title match. The phenomenal AJ Styles versus the Perfect 10, Ty Dillinger for the U.S. title. Now, I thought this was a great match, guys. But the same finish that they had in their first match, like, really? Like, why? Do you guys see why they would do something like this? Like, why not have Ty Dillinger break out? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, the thing is that I was really looking forward to this match. I thought this was going to be a really, really good match. And I am huge on AJ Styles. But I was a little bit disappointed with this match. I really was.
Yeah, it was a little weak. Like I said, I'm not a fan of AJ Styles or Ty Dillinger. It's just, it didn't happen. It was weak, and why do the same ending? I didn't agree with the match.
Yeah, I mean, if you would have had Ty Dillinger reach the rope or something and he pulled it back to the middle, at least that's a little bit different. I would have been like, all right, he survived longer than he did the first time. But whatever, I mean, AJ goes over and I feel like Ty is just sinking.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
Baron Corbin comes out and says he will be the next challenger for the U.S. Open Challenge.
That's next week, right?
I'm a big fan of Baron Corbin.
So that match is next week.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it.
Yep.
Okay.
Alright, next up, Rusev says he's disappointed that he lost in 9 seconds to Randy Orton and that he must crush a legend. What does this mean?
I don't know.
What legend?
Randy Orton?
Who? I hope not.
You know it is.
Probably is. Jinder Mahal kills the show. I mean, I felt like the show was moving very well, and then when Jinder Mahal came out, he just killed the show with a terrible promo, telling Nakamura he doesn't want to hold the title because people will treat him like they treat Jinder and chant USA and stuff like that, and it's not worth the pain he'll get at Hell in a Cell.
Now, let me ask you a question, Rick and Todd, both of you guys. Do you guys... what was with him making fun of Nakamura with the whole, facial expressions and all that stuff?
That was booty. That was terrible. That was terrible. Like, I don't get why he would do something like that. Like, making fun of his face and stuff like that. That was not funny. And then the two Singh brothers were over the top with their laughter, throwing themselves on the floor. I just don't get it. It made no sense to me.
No, I agree.
Next up, we have Sami Zayn says he'd rather go back to wrestling at the Armory than work for Kevin Owens.
Okay.
All
right.
Next up, another New Day versus Usos title match.
Yep.
This match was good. I mean, all the matches were good. But the thing is, you have them lose the titles again. So now the New Days have won the title. Now, before anybody goes on, I want to just say this. New Day has the record for most days as champion, right? It said they want them to have the most title reigns. So with this title, they want, this is their 4th title reign. They have to get to 9 to tie the Dudleys. So that's ridiculous. And also, if they fight at Hell in a Cell for the titles against the Usos, that would be 4 straight pay-per-views. 4. So since June, they were fighting 4 straight pay-per-views for the tag team titles. Money in the Bank, where the Usos retained by DQ. Battleground, where the New Day won the titles. SummerSlam, where the Usos won the titles. SmackDown Vegas, where the New Day won the titles, and they fight at Hell in a Cell 4 straight pay-per-views.
Yep.
What the heck is going on SmackDown with these 2 tag teams?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, yeah, we're all tired of seeing New Day versus the Usos, but I think that match was the best match of SmackDown. I'm glad that they won, and I know that means that, like you said just now, Rick, that, the Usos probably get their rematch for the belts, but I think the match was good, having the street fight with all the stuff that they used and stuff, especially the ending of the match. That ending of the match was good. I enjoyed it. I thought it was the best match of the night, and with the best result, having the New Day get the belts back.
Now, the match was good. I can't front, but it's too much. And then now we're going to see it again at Hell in the Cell. You know what I'm saying? What's going to happen? Is it going to be another title change? You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's other tag teams. Get those guys.
SmackDown probably has the best tag teams.
They do. Oh my God. You know what? And the thing of it is, I feel better that freaking the club is getting their little tiny TV time. Because if they were on SmackDown, they wouldn't get any TV time. Jesus. All right, go ahead.
Next up, we had Natalya versus Naomi for our final title match for the women's title. Naomi ends up crossbodying Carmella and Ellsworth on the outside, causes a brawl, and Natalya puts in the sharpshooter. This was probably the worst of the title matches.
Yeah.
Natalya retains. There's no cash in. I don't know. This was not a good match, and I just don't understand why they do that.
I don't either. I mean,
no entrances, by the way.
None. I don't know. I don't know why they did this match. I mean, I know it was supposed to hype it up and everything, but I mean, I know where they're going with it, so I'll just leave it at that.
Do tell, Tony.
No, I'm not gonna tell. I'm not. I'm keeping it to myself. Todd.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Just the women's division on SmackDown, it needs something more, I believe. Just for very dry and not exciting. You know, so it is what it is for me.
I mean, you would think with the Money in the Bank briefcase that this would be more exciting, but it isn't, because it's like you know, like you said, you don't have to do it every week with the Fashion Police. Don't do it every week because it gets stale. Having Carmella come out every week is getting stale. Let it be a surprise, because you gotta let the people forget that he had the Money in the Bank briefcase, so that when she does come out, it's like, whoa, I totally forgot about that, Mo.
No, I definitely agree with you. I really do. That's definitely that's the route they do need to take with this. But I agree.
Next up, we have Aiden English. He sings the theme song for the Kevin Owens show.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yeah, exactly. This is probably the most upsetting part of SmackDown, where Dolph Ziggler comes back out and he mocks Bayley and he mocks the Ultimate Warrior and says no one can do what he does in the ring. Listen, I had a problem with this last week with Macho Man.
You had a real problem with it this week.
And then he mocked the Ultimate Warrior. And this is why it became the new episode of Rick Runs, which you can find on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter every week, where I rant about things I don't like. And there's a lot of things I don't like, especially when you're mocking somebody like Macho Man Randy Savage and the Ultimate Warrior. I just don't understand.
You think that was done out of disrespect?
I feel like it was done because he wanted a cheap pop. And Dana Warrior was in the crowd. It was cheap. It was low. Listen, dude, you're in Las Vegas. You were talking about entrances having guitars and singing. Why are you not mocking the Honky Tonk Man? That is the perfect person to mock while you're in Vegas. Don't. You are a buffoon.
Can I get an amen?
I agree with you totally, Rick. You know, being in Las Vegas, you know, the whole Elvis thing, Honky Tonk Man, I didn't even think about that. Honky Tonk Man should have been the perfect one. I think, you know, a lot of people would have liked it. A lot of people would have laughed. I agree. I couldn't agree with anything more during my time on the show than what you just said. So, you know, mad props to you, dude.
Thank you. This is what I do, Todd. I make sense of things, and people, they don't give me the credit like you just did. I appreciate that so much,
What Dolph has been doing for the past 2 weeks, though, it's ridiculous. It's stupid. Nobody's enjoying it. And with him coming out with the Macho Man and Ultimate Warrior, two of the wrestlers that, you know, unfortunately no longer with us, it's just wrong. It's absolutely wrong, and I don't know what this guy's up to. I don't know what he's doing.
Bingo!
Don't get me wrong. Listen, if he would have mocked, because I love Ric Flair, right? I love him. But if he would have mocked Ric Flair, how crazy would the internet have gone? Oh, you don't do that. But Ric Flair isn't dead. He survived, you know what I'm saying? There's a difference there. Like, you either respect the Macho Man and Ultimate Warrior over, like, it's just too much. I don't like it.
I agree.
Do you think Dolph is coming up with the ideas for these wrestlers, or they're telling him to do that?
I think they're telling him to do that. He'll probably throw out suggestions, and they probably were like, oh, you know what? It'll be more funnier if you did it with him and him and him. But I think they dropped the ball on it and did it, in my opinion, in a disrespectful way, especially with the Macho Man and the Warrior. That shouldn't have. No. But when Rick, the two things you said they should have done, Honky Tonk Man for sure, and Ric Flair. But I don't know.
Honky Tonk Man would have been hilarious. I would have loved to see that.
It drew the line and they crossed it.
Unfortunately, next up we had the Hype Bros versus Benjamin and Gable. No. We didn't have any of the 3 title matches in the main event. No, we had the Hype Bros versus Shelton Benjamin and Chad Gable. Sucked this match. This match sucked.
Now, let me tell you something, though. I'm not tooting my own horn, but didn't I call a heel turn? Didn't I? A while ago. I said that's what they need to do, a heel turn with Zack Ryder.
Yes, and Zack Ryder has turned heel as he walked out on Mojo Rawley.
I don't know how well he's going to do as a heel. No,
better than what he's doing now.
Who, Mojo?
No, Zack.
No, I think Zach will do fine as a heel. He has the look for it. I know he has the attitude for it. And I think what they need to do, though, is they need to do this angle to where they're going to have Zach Riley just frustrated with Mojo Riley, and then he attacks him, and then have them two run a program. I think them two can run a decent program.
The thing is, you have to forgive Todd. He's a Long Island guy. He's all about the Long Island IC, man. It's all about the woo-woo-woo. You know it, bro. So, all right. As if that wasn't bad enough. Then we have the actual main event, where we have Kevin Owens come out, and he demands that Vince McMahon comes out. And now at this point, I'm just like, this is going to be terrible. It's just going to be bad. Vince McMahon comes walking out with his little strut. Oh, no, Jay, I stopped what you got. He comes walking out, strutting like a chicken. Comes out, and he basically tells Kevin Owens, if he sues us, he's going to say, you're fired. So, basically, you're saying on national TV that you're going to fire an employee because he's suing you. Isn't that kind of illegal?
Yeah.
Just a little bit, right?
Just a little bit.
So Vince tells Kevin Owens that he will have a match with Shane inside Hell in a Cell. And at this point, I'm just like, this is terrible. This is the worst thing possible. How much worse can it get? But then Kevin Owens says to Vince that he can hurt a McMahon, and that if he is provoked, and Vince McMahon says, all right, yeah. And all of a sudden they start shaking hands, and you see Vince McMahon getting himself over. Like, oh yeah, Kevin Owens, keep looking at me. Oh yeah. And then, bam, with the headbutt heard around the world, knocking Vince McMahon to the ground. And then he doesn't stop there. He punches him in the face. He kicks him in the ribs. He gives him a super kick. And then he gives him a bullfrog splash off the top rope. What? Vince McMahon is 72 years old. He took a bump like that, a headbutt. Yo, and the dude bladed. Yo, you fined Batista $100,000 for blading. The guy bladed.
No, he didn't blade. He took it the hard way.
You think he took it the hard way?
I know for a fact he did.
Oh man, well, for me it looked like he had the little markings on his head. I know he didn't do it. He instantly started bleeding, but I think he bladed.
No.
You're the professional here.
He did it the hard way.
I heard that he bladed before he walked out there, so I'm on your side, Rick.
No, he did it the hard way. That was done the hard way, and with my sources that I know, they said that he wanted Kevin Owens to lay it on him, so to speak. So, yeah.
Well, I would take your word for it, Tony, just because you're a professional wrestler here. I mean, I haven't been wrestling as long as you. I'm retired now, bro. Chris Michaels gave me that cut on my finger. I can't even wear my wedding ring the same way anymore.
That was a bad injury.
Well, I mean, I'm retired because of it. I can't even wrestle anymore.
That's crazy.
It's just a set. I don't even want to get into it, but I'll take your word for it. He took it the hard way.
He did.
That's our SmackDown, guys. So, we did a Twitter poll, like we always do. Go to WrestlingPOV at Twitter on our Twitter page. After every SmackDown Live, we say, which show do you think is better, Raw or SmackDown? We want to do that so you guys can help us out with making this decision. So, with that being said, the fans voted, Tony and Todd. Raw is up 14-8, and the fans voted this week, and they say 76% goes to SmackDown Live.
Wow. 76%?
76%. Tony, you're going first this week, brother.
All right, yeah. I mean, well, there was a lot of good things that happened on Raw and a lot of bad things that happened on Raw. And the same for SmackDown. You know, there was a lot of good things that happened on SmackDown, and there was a lot of bad things that happened on SmackDown. On Raw, I just wasn't impressed with anything they had, the matches that they had, even though there were, I don't know, I just wasn't invested in it. I really wasn't. You know, I mean, the only thing that I really liked about Raw was the two promos. Okay? that was it. You know, the promo between Cena and Reigns and the promo with Miz and Enzo, that was over the top. And I wasn't impressed. I mean, I kind of was impressed with the Braun Strowman and Brock Lesnar. You know, how Brock Lesnar just got up from that suplex and it kind of shocked him. But I think it's just setting up for failure for Braun. And, you know, with that being said, with SmackDown, it was almost the same thing. AJ and Ty Dillinger had the makings to make this match perfect. No pun intended. But it was a decent match. It wasn't as bad as a lot of people think it was. The match between the Usos and New Day, though I'm so tired of watching that damn match, it was still impressive. I did not like the fact that the Usos lost the match. SmackDown was subpar, but so was Raw. So if I had to pick for this week, I have to go with the fans on the Twitter poll. I'm going with SmackDown this week, only because of what happened to Vince McMahon. That was off the hook. So that's my vote, is SmackDown. Todd, what is your pick this week, SmackDown or Raw?
Alright, so this is my 4th week with you guys, and for the previous 3 weeks, I've gone with Raw all 3 times. I'm going to have to agree with the fans and you, Tony. I'm going to go with SmackDown this week, only because SmackDown this week, you know, it had its moments, like you said, Tony. Also, SmackDown reminded me of like an old school classic episode of SmackDown where it's just like a lot of action went down and a lot of big things went down. You know, especially with Vince taking all those bumps. That was different. That was unique. It was bad that he went through all that, but I enjoyed watching it because it was just like out of the blue and different. Going back to what I said previously about the New Day winning, you know, that match, I enjoyed that match, and everything about SmackDown was a lot better this week to me than in the previous weeks. So I'm going with you, Tony. I'm going with the fans. SmackDown over Raw for this week.
All right, so Rick, you do not have a word in this.
Heaven is to Murgatroyd. First of all, third is the word. That's what I see it. Yeah, I agree with you guys. SmackDown definitely was the better show. Both main events. The thing I do have to say, both main events sucked. You had 2 bad tag team matches, in my opinion. I didn't like it at all. But SmackDown was the more entertaining show this week, so I agree. And my POV matters. So right now, SmackDown is currently down 14-9.
Wow.
So they're trying to make that comeback.
Yeah.
But that's it for Raw versus SmackDown.
Very, very interesting. So good show today. SmackDown came out on top with the win today. So, and you know, it was justifiable, I think. Don't you agree or no? Yeah, no. I think it was justifiable. They definitely deserve to have won it today. So, that's the show. Next week, we have Rick Serrano III. He will adjust the top 10 list for the month of September. Will he keep it the same? Is he going to take 2 out and put 2 in? Is he going to rearrange the whole order? He doesn't have to, but he can. He has that right to. Or he can just leave it the way it is and go for it that way. But I have a feeling he's going to change it. And then just a little bit. All right, and ladies and gentlemen, don't forget, next week it is the No Mercy pay-per-view points game WPOV style. You have to enter to win. You have to put your picks on the Facebook page. And if you don't like the Facebook page, you're not eligible. So don't even try to pull a fast one there, suck a butt. Anywho, that is your show for today. I am your host, Tony Diaz, along with
Todd Silver.
And the third wheel.
Rick Serrano III.
And our intern.
Miguel Cole. Adios.
Love, peace, and wrestling. We'll see you next week.
Good night, everybody!
Peace out.
Taking Mimi's spot.
Oh, she's gonna be back. next week.
Yeah, I know, right? Jeez.
Jeez. I can't stay away.
You know you
Just
miss.
something?
You know you miss your auntie.
Just no.
Well, Miguel, you started the show today, huh?
Oh